You've survived another week. Thank you for listening, downloading, and supporting the Black Man with a Gun Show. I'm your host, Kenn, and this week I got a chance to shoot the Condor SS by AirForceAirGuns.com. Michael J. Willen interviews Moya Tactical, and that guy is really cool. And attorney Andrew Branca gives us the Law of Self-Defense case of the week. All this and more coming up next on your favorite righteous podcast, the Black Man with a Gun Show.
BlackManWithAGun.com, Kenn Blanchard's Pro-Gun Podcast.
It has been a busy week and a busy weekend. Wishing a happy belated birthday to Andrea Shaw, to my daughter. We had our 27th wedding anniversary. And don't forget that we celebrated the beginning of our summer festivities, and more importantly, that you remember those who gave the ultimate sacrifice for the freedoms that we enjoy right now. We live in an incredibly great nation. It still is amazing. And we got there because of people who gave their lives for us. Don't forget that ever. And in keeping us on the same accord, here's a guy who, if he was still alive, would be celebrating his birthday.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
This portion of the show is sponsored by CrossbreedHolsters.com. Crossbreed Holsters has gained national recognition as a maker of the best and most functional concealment holsters available on the market today. Each holster is handcrafted to ensure your firearm is safe and secure while carrying, combined with the best customer service in the industry. Visit CrossbreedHolsters.com.
Last week I asked the question, when is a gun not a firearm? And the answer is when it's an air gun. This week I got a chance to shoot the Air Force Air Guns Condor SS. It's a .22 caliber suppressed single shot rifle. Yeah, pretty snazzy. And I really think you should have one of these in your life. If you live near anybody else, you're not in a rural area, this is the gun for you. You can plink with this thing. You can practice your marksmanship with this thing. You can take out some pests, rats, all that kind of stuff with this thing. You can do it safely and quietly in your neighborhood. You can do some stuff with this thing. That's a technical term, stuff. It comes in a bunch of different calibers, but I have the .22, the .25. It's a two-stage trigger, pretty much like an old Garand, where there was a safety right forward of the trigger guard that you had to disengage before you could fire it. The only thing that was funky about this thing is that I had to charge it using a scuba tank. So I had to go out to a dive shop out in Columbia, Maryland, and rent a tank. And they sent me the little doohickey that you use from the scuba tank to charge the tank on the back of this rifle. And it took less than 30 seconds to do so. And I filled it up with 2,500 pounds per square inch. That's how much air this thing can take. And it pushes out this .22 pellet at like real speeds. That's why it's suppressed. You will break the sound barrier. And it sounded like I was shooting a suppressed rifle out in my yard, but I wasn't. Well, technically I was, but it was good. It was cool. The neighbors stuck their head out the window a couple of times to see what I was doing. But because it didn't go bang, they were okay with it. And I had a nice backstop. I had all my safety in place. And it was about a 50-yard shot. I used my fence just like you would if you were an urban shooter, to be your tripod or be your rest. See, we don't have that nice farm area or nice place where you can just go and just bang stuff out. But this is a game changer. And because it's not a firearm, it actually can get mailed to your house. It comes in a nice brown box, just like you would go to IKEA and put your stuff together. And even people who are terrified of using tools like me was able to put this thing together the right way and safely. And once it's together, it's pretty formidable looking. I mean, it looks like it comes out of a sci-fi movie, and it could. After I followed all the safety directions and watched the DVD, I actually set my backstop, my target up, went and got one of those 22 spinner targets. I couldn't wait to buy one of those. I mean, I've been watching Hickok 45 and all those guys, all their fancy ranges. Well, now I can do it now with this 22. Whoop, whoop. I'm not a YouTuber, but if you check out my YouTube video on this one, you'll see that I use my fence as a bench rest. And I had a good time. I'm just telling you that right off the bat. You got to get one of these things. It's a single shot. To cock it was like effortless. You can do it with one hand. You just put the pellet, and I bought a whole bunch of pellets. So I'll be shooting forever, I think. I kind of went overboard with the pellets. But hey, it was $5 for, I think, 500 or something. It was ridiculous. And I cranked this thing up. It has adjustable a power setting, so you can shoot it for, whatever you're trying to do. But 15 shots at the highest power setting supposedly will empty out a tank. But I had it probably about midway, and I've already shot 20, and I'm still probably got 1,000 pounds left. So I don't know. It slowed down a little bit, and how you can tell is the sound. When I first started shooting it, it sounded like the crack of a 22 suppressed rifle. I mean, it was like, but you can see on the video. AirForceAirguns.com gave me a really nice optic for this thing, and it took me a minute to get used to setting it up, but I didn't care. This was like most fun I had outside my yard in a long time. According to the manual, this Condor is made for power. It will shoot heavy pellets as fast as most other air rifles shoot lightweight pellets. And then when you shoot the heaviest pellets, you can dial the power all the way, and the rifle will still be able to be accurate. I kept it probably about midway, and I was impressed. So it was like set it and forget it. I was happy with it. I'll be playing with it a whole lot more over the next couple of weeks during the summer, and I'll let you know how it goes. But I would love to start a league of folks that we just shoot this thing somewhere. Be like the suppressed Air Force Air Guns crew or something. I don't know. It's just different. But if you're interested in knowing about it, check out airforceairguns.com or check out my video so you can see what I'm talking about, because I'm still kind of excited about it and might be a little mumbling a little bit. So forgive me for that. AirForceAirguns.com. I got the Condor SS, and it is a must-have for all urban shooters. All right, next up is our friend and brother Michael J. Woodland, who interviews the owner and founder of Moya Tactical. Chemo is an awesome guy. Check out Moya, that's Moya, tactical.com when you get a chance. And here we go with Big Mike.
Thank you, Ken, and welcome to another Tips and Review segment. I am Michael Woodland, and today we're going to discuss a new company that has a unique design for everyone who conceal carries. A few weeks ago, while at the USCCA convention in Kentucky, I took notice of a company named Moya Tactical and their products. Like any other gun convention you go to, there are a ton of businesses claiming their product is the best with cutting-edge technology. As I was walking and talking, there was a voice calling at me saying, "Come check out my shirts." Maybe I had a sticky note on my forehead that said I'm a t-shirt guy, but I am glad I listened and went to check out this new design shirt for those who conceal carry. Let me introduce everyone to James, who is the owner of Moya Tactical.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? I'm James, and I'm with the company Moya Tactical, and basically what I came up with is a new design for concealed carrying. It's basically a concealed carry t-shirt. And what it is basically a pattern on the inside of the shirt to help prevent obvious printing while you're carrying your everyday weapon. Kind of whatever's out there in the market right now, you got a shirt and then over a shirt. Well, this way you can just wear a t-shirt and just be comfortable with whatever you carry normally.
And literally that whole night, I was thinking about your product.
Wow.
Because remember, I told you, I said, I'll be back tomorrow. I'll definitely be back tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. That was cool. And I was like, I don't know. Everyone says they're going to be back tomorrow. But that's why I freaked out when I saw you. I was like, yeah, all right, bro. You came back.
So, I got I got a shirt that you sent me, and I do appreciate that.
Oh,
and,
yeah. No worries, bro.
This right here is a unique shirt because it actually has my logo on it.
Yeah.
But your pattern on the inside of it, it's like all over the place. But how did you come up with the concept of using this pattern to actually block out the printing of a firearm on a t-shirt?
Man, you know what? That was like the whole dilemma or the whole strategy behind this whole concept. Because basically, when I got my license to carry, I was like, how am I going to hide this thing? I'm like, I'm a little surfer boy, Cali boy. All I do is wear jeans and a t-shirt. And I sat down at my dinner table and I said, honey, you know what this shirt needs to do? It just needs to be stiff. And then I held these like pot holders on my shirt. And I'm like, see, if I just had this, they would never know what's underneath. Mm-hmm. And then I just kept thinking and thinking. And I found this material that made the fabric stiff. And I was like, all right, cool. But then now, how am I going to hide it? And so I came up with all kinds of crazy shapes. I tried a weird like rectangle with a big like diamond on the side, and nothing was helping. I tried doing like abs, like, on those like other shirts, it has like the ab shape or whatever, I thought that might do it. That didn't do it. I was like, man, back to the drawing board. So I just kept thinking, I'm like, there's got to be a way geometrically, it's like maybe there's some geometrical shape that's going to work. So I just kept brainstorming. And I tried squares, I tried triangles, rectangles, and it was a diamond pattern that just flowed the best. And like, as you notice, like when you turn one way, the shapes it's like dragon skin almost, it's like it just all kind of morphs to one side and it goes to the other side. When you lean forward, it morphs into the triangle pattern, Then when you turn to the side, it pulls the shirt this way and then makes another pattern. And that was it. I couldn't believe it. And then actually the shape that you got right now, that's the second series of it, because originally it was just straight diamonds. And then I decided to break up the diamonds in the middle of it. And now it's that pattern that you got.
It actually feels good to the touch, to be honest with you. So the shirt that you sent, I haven't even worn it yet. Because you know me, like anytime I do something, because I already told you I was going to put video out on it, I'm just waiting on my buddy to come to the range with me so we can actually do some stuff.
Yeah. Well, make sure you wash it and, let it get to your, shrink up a little bit because, it's going to be stiff.
Right.
And that's the one, I sent a t-shirt out to one person and they didn't wash it and they're like, I don't like it, but the cool thing about it is like, when you wash it, it becomes even softer. So it really forms more as you move, right now it's like totally stiff.
The series that you sent me, you said it was your blacked out collection?
Black Ops.
Yeah, Black Ops. So like I said, it feels good to the touch. It's like a suede type pattern. I really like it.
Right.
Yeah, but at the same time, another one of my buddies, because I had it laid out on the kitchen table, and I'm just sitting there looking at it like just amazed because, sometimes the best products are a simple product.
Yes.
Once again, this is a simple product that complements everyday use within the 2A community. And he's looking at me like, okay, why you got your shirt laid? Did you just wash it or something? No, man, that's like a special shirt. We're going to talk about that later. But I didn't go into detail with him because he's one of those guys that will ask me like 2 million questions and won't let it die down until everything is figured out. So I was like, well, let me get the parameters of everything first because I was still in shock like when I left because me and Kevin, I literally talked to him half a day about it. And then he was just like, so what are you going to do about it, man? Stop talking about it. Be about it.
Yeah.
So, and that's when I came back to you and, we was like, okay, we're going to do this.
Definitely. Yeah. And it was like, how this all came about and how, my first show and meeting the right people, it just things just happen for a reason, I think, you know? I mean, like, I just put something on Instagram and I was blown away because, you know, my first show was in Kentucky, and that was like special to me because I was a huge Muhammad Ali fan, like ever since I was growing up. And so I got to go in there and go to the Muhammad Ali Center, and that just kind of like set like the path for me right there, you know, like it said like, you know what, you can do this, because, you know, like I've only been out this for like 5 months, and it feels like it's me versus the industry, you know, and people are hating on it, and because it's such a different idea or a different way of looking at things, you know. And I was like, well, it was just really Muhammad Ali, man. He just like, you know, everything, all his struggles and his beliefs and everything, that was like my stepping stone saying, I can do this, you know, I'm going to make this happen.
Yeah, well, you know, anytime there's anything new, it's just like people. The human factor, we don't like change.
Yeah.
Anytime you present something, like especially in the workforce, you come up with a new idea that's going to go the parameters of how you normally do it.
Yeah.
People are going to, you know, rebuke against it.
Yeah.
So at the same time, like I said, you have a great product, and all it's going to take is for somebody to put it on, and then somebody's going to be like, I like it. And then it's going to catch. That's the way it is. And I like how you said earlier, I mean, it's something so simple, but yet effective. Oh, yeah.
You know? That's the beauty of it. I mean, going, especially at the expo, you know, it's kind of like, I don't want to like shoot myself in the foot, but like, it's almost all the same stuff. You know, it's like, it doesn't seem like people are thinking outside of the box, you know, because like when I was like, how am I going to conceal carry, everyday carry? Even in my class, they're like, you got to wear baggy shirts, you got to wear 2 shirts. And I'm like, that's just not comfortable. You know, what are you going to do in the summertime? You know, like, I don't know. It's just like I just wanted to make it simple and comfy. You know?
Oh, yeah, no, trust me. When I do wear this out, I got this friend, and she likes to hug me all the time.
Oh, yeah.
So every time she goes to hug me, she always, I see it poking out. I see it poking out. Of course, she's talking about the gun.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure the next time I see her and I got this shirt on, it's going to be, where's your gun at?
Yeah, right. I hope so.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it to the test, and I'm gonna try to catch it on video.
All right, cool.
When I see it, it's like a little inside joke thing we got.
Okay.
You know, so tell me about the quality of this shirt, because this actually feels high grade.
Yeah, and that's a thing. You know, the supplier that I found, I mean, it's all like, you know, kind of industry wide, but that was a big search too. Is finding the right shirts. It's like, it's interesting, like, you know, like they're saying like people that are into the WWE or whatever, like if you gave them a high quality shirt, they wouldn't even buy it. It'd have to be like a 50-50 $1 t-shirt, you know, that it just feels really rough and etc. They're going to want to buy that. And I was like, for this one, I want it to be kind of like comfortable, you know, and that's really it. So, you know, they're all 100% cotton, and I don't know. That's just, yeah, that to me, that's one of the most important things.
Yeah, when I took it out the package, I was more like, okay, this is not like the same shirt I was touching in Kentucky. This is a better grade shirt.
Yeah.
You know so I don't know if, like you said, if that was your first generation stuff and then you're moving on to the second. But like I said, I was highly impressed. And like, this ain't no fly by night stuff either. Like I said, this is top quality with the intent of what it is supposed to do.
Yes.
But I really like it. So now, if somebody comes to your site, are they only subject to the Moy Tactical product line, or can they get custom stuff done, or do you do like different series? Like you said, this is Black Ops.
Yeah, and see, that's how I actually wanted to start was just plain T-shirts. You know, just nice and simple, because that's basically everyday carry. But since I'm brand new to the scene, they're like, you know, I got like I have to think I'm really competing with these guys too. You know, like all these like Second Amendment shirts and, you know, everything, America shirts, things like that. But on my website, you do have the option that you can, if you want to send me like a basic logo, I can do it for you. And you can place like it anywhere. You can put the flag here, you can put the flag here, wherever you want. So I offer that. And then I also offer my line. And then what I wanted to do was like the Black Ops line is like just this all black font and etc. And just have straight, just regular plain t-shirts as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I think it's gonna catch, especially if you do different colors, you know.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
how would the design play with the colors?
Exactly. See, yeah, I was just about to say that, like, I tried with like red and maybe like a lighter blue, but the pattern will sticks out more. Like you'll really notice it, like, with the grays, and I could even do like a navy or a black, but you kind of want to have darker colors, like maybe even like the gray you have on, that would work.
Right.
Because like visually, it's all broken up, but like the red color, it will really pop out more, or like a pastel color or white, it pops out even more. So I'm trying to stay away from it, but I am going to try to do like, you see like the inside of the shirt, how it's black? Well, I'm thinking I might try like a lighter color on a lighter shirt and see if that helps. Right. But what I tried, it just really like stood out more.
No, I got you. I totally understand. Yeah, like I said, I really like it, and like I said, within a year, I'm pretty sure everybody's going to come to you in the form of concealed carry. Because this right here is going to be one of those. Okay, if I got a decent gun, name brand gun, and I got a top quality holster like JM4,
yeah,
you turn around. Okay, now why would I just this is just a regular Hanes t-shirt, nothing fancy about it, just $3 at Walmart, you know what I'm saying? But of course, if I conceal carry with this, I'm printing all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, but
yeah,
why can't I just go to this top quality shirt and serve the purpose of me actually walking around being unnoticed with quality products that I know will work in the time of need?
Exactly. And you kind of, you're hitting all the main points, bro. I mean, like, when I wear a regular t-shirt, I don't feel confident carrying because I know that thing's going to print right away. And so sometimes I'm like, I got to just change my shirt right away. And when I go out in town, I have to like suck in my gut even more, so I don't, prevent printing. But man, with this design, you can just relax, and just move. Because even if they, you have to remember, everyone's looking at you like two-dimensional, so they're looking straight at you. So even if they do see a bump and then you just move a little bit, they're going to see the rest of the pattern move on the shirt. And I'm like, oh, it's just a wrinkled shirt, or, oh, there's nothing really there. Well, so that's kind of the beauty of that.
All right. So now let me ask you this, because I'm a pretty thin guy. So now what about somebody who is a little bit bigger? They got more of a bulge in the belly area. But it still work in that concept, considering the belly is not hiding the firearm.
Exactly. And that's a good point too. And that actually was some of my, all the questions people ask me at the shows. I mean, because basically, at the shows are pretty much 3X, 2X guys. But it all kind of boils down to like what you carry and where you carry, so sometimes like a larger guy, they're not even going to attempt to, carry appendix. Right. So that's why if you see on the shirt, I'm trying to make it go all the way around the shirt. So even for strong side, it will kind of, help prevent printing. And, if you do 5 o'clock or, 4, 3, 4, so, it still will help. I mean, I would suggest getting a little bigger shirt, obviously, Yeah. But I mean, as far as printing, either way, on a normal shirt, you're going to print. But now with this, doesn't matter the size really.
Yeah. So like I said, I am truly impressed. So how much does a shirt run for?
They're $30. And what I'm doing right now, just because I'm getting started, is anyone that buys the first order, then the second order, I'll get 15% off. And then you'll just stay at 15% off until,
Oh, that's
because I just really want to get it out there,
Oh, trust me. Keep going to those conventions and pulling people like you pulled me. It's going to be out there faster than you think.
I know, I'm kind of holding my breath on that one. Yeah.
All right. So now, tell me, how can people find you on social media?
Okay, I'm on Instagram at Moya Tactical.
And then that's MOYA Tactical.
MOYA Tactical. Mm-hmm. And I got a lot of posts on there. You know what I'm bummed about though, bro, is we didn't take our picture together, man.
I'm telling you, I was so excited about the shirt. I was like,
all right. Oh, okay, see you guys later.
I was so excited about the shirt and the conversations we was having. Yeah, I didn't even think of the picture. Because you remember April, who was with us.
Yeah.
She said the same thing, like, yo, we didn't even get a picture together. And I was like, yeah, because, I did an interview with her. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I could have used that picture, for the tag for the interview. Like I said, I was just so sidetracked behind the product.
Well, so we were just all stoked anyways. I mean, like, we were there talking for a long time. I mean, like, people were, like, looking at us talk. We're like, hey, so we're just talking. You can come and check the shirt out, but we're having a good time right here.
Oh, yeah, that's it right there. So now, are you only on Instagram, or do you have Facebook, Twitter?
Yeah, I do have a Facebook. I don't really do Twitter too much. Mostly Instagram, really.
All right, and it's all under the same name?
Yeah, Moya Tactical. And then the same thing is our website is moyatactical.com.
Nice. So there you have it. I'm gonna actually reach out, and we'll tell everybody to reach out to James and check his product out, because once you get it, you will be amazed. And of course, if you follow me on Facebook and Instagram, I will have a video up here soon within the next 2 weeks or so. All right, my man James, I do appreciate this conversation. We'll talk again here soon.
All right, thanks a lot, bro.
All right, take care. Everyone, go visit James at moyatactical.com. That is spelled MOYA tactical.com, and tell him you heard about his product on the podcast. Now, I'm about to head to the range with my Moy Tactical shirt on and get a few reps in. Until next week, keep shooting, keep practicing, and have fun. Back to you, Ken.
Do you like a good cigar? Check out PuroTrader.com. Ever been looking for that rare or hard-to-find cigar, or even a cigar at a better price? Tired of searching online at local shops, or even risking forum pages trying to find your favorite box of cigars? PuroTrader.com is the answer. These guys built the most sophisticated cigar platform in the world just for the cigar community. PuroTrader allows users from all over the world to connect, share, buy, sell, and trade cigars. Connect with thousands of retail shops, cigar collectors, and aficionados from all over the world. This platform is built for the cigar community by the community. So how does it work? It's simple, it's fast, and completely free to sign up. Yes, it's free. They charge a small fee only when a cigar is bought or sold. Join PuroTrader.com now and use the promo code BMWAG for 25% off of the PuroTrader fee. That's PURO Trader.com, and use the promo code BMWAG for 25% off the PuroTrader fee. PuroTrader.com. And now here's Andrew Branca with the Law of Self-Defense Case of the Week.
Thanks for joining us for the Law of Self-Defense Case of the Week. I'm attorney Andrew Branca for lawofselfdefense.com. This week's Case of the Week is out of the California Supreme Court. This is a death penalty case, and as is usually the case in appellate court decisions, the defendant here is far from a good guy. Also, as is usual in cases in self-defense, the defendant in fact did not deny the shooting and killing of his victim, but rather he conceded that he had done the killing, but that he had acted in self-defense. Of particular interest in this case, however, is an evidentiary ruling by the trial judge that allowed into evidence certain posturing, chest-thumping type statements made by the defendant well before he was involved in the use of force event, indeed long before he'd ever met the victim. And it was allowed as evidence of a malicious state of mind of the defendant when he used force against that victim. In other words, to counter the defendant's claim of self-defense. Now, if you've spent more than 5 minutes in the gun community, you've seen similar types of posturing, chest-thumping type statements all over the place. As posters, bumper stickers, t-shirts, gun parts, just about anything, really. And they can be either explicit statements or images intended to convey a particular message. I'm talking about things like, we don't call 911, keep honking, I'm still reloading, kill them all, let God sort them out, don't run, you'll only die tired, warning, no trespassing, violators will be shot, survivors will be shot again, or no trespassing, we have guns and shovels. And as far as images, perhaps the best known is the Punisher backplate that's available to be put on the back of a Glock or other similar striker-fired pistols. Now, for those who don't know, the Punisher is a fictional character who employs murder, kidnapping, extortion, coercion, threats of violence, and torture in his private campaign against crime. In other words, he acts explicitly outside the law and engages in explicitly criminal activity to achieve his personally desired goals. Then there are also the statements that purport to make fun or light of killing another human being. For example, smile, wait for flash, engraved on the muzzle crown of a firearm, or you're effed on an AR dust cover. All of these signs, bumper stickers, backplates, while not literally words out of a defendant's mouth, are a statement by the defendant. The defendant didn't put up those signs or bumper stickers. He didn't install that dust cover or backplate because the words or images on them did not reflect his state of mind. He did so precisely as an expression of his state of mind. In this case, the defendant, Lang, was a hitchhiker in California. He would encounter the victim, Thurman Anderson, who was driving a motorhome on his way to a hunting site. The defendant would say the victim picked him up, invited him to join the victim at the hunting site, and the defendant agreed. The defendant would claim that after arriving at the hunting site, the victim made a homosexual advance on the defendant. The defendant claimed he pushed the victim away, yelled angrily at him, and then saw the victim turn towards him with the victim's hunting rifle in his hands. At that point, the defendant shot the victim with a .32 caliber revolver he had on his person, killing the victim, and the defendant would claim that killing to be necessary self-defense. Now, there was a considerable amount of evidence presented by state prosecutors that was inconsistent with the defendant's self-defense claim, but it's one particular piece of evidence that's relevant to the topic of this case of the week. Specifically, about a month prior to the defendant meeting and killing the victim, the defendant had had a conversation with a friend, and the friend asked why the defendant carried a gun around with him. The defendant's response, quote, "I'll waste any MFer that screws with me," close quote. The state sought to introduce this statement as evidence that the defendant possessed a state of mind, that he was willing to use deadly force against even an offense inadequate to make such a use of deadly force lawful. Naturally, the defense objected to admitting this statement, but the trial judge nevertheless allowed it. Now, the defendant was convicted, sentenced to death, and he appealed that conviction. And whether allowing that statement into evidence was reversible error was one of the issues considered by the California Supreme Court in this opinion. And the Supreme Court decided that it was properly admissible evidence to show that the defendant had a motive other than self-defense in killing the victim. This opinion also noted other cases in which the California Supreme Court had ruled that similar statements were properly admitted as evidence for this purpose, including defendants stated that they would kill anyone who tried to lawfully stop them, or they would kill anyone who got in the way of their plan, and that they would not hesitate to eliminate witnesses if they committed a crime. To quote this California Supreme Court decision, quote, "The jury could reasonably interpret the defendant's statement, 'I'll waste any MFer that screws with me,' to mean he had a pre-existing intent to kill anyone who interfered with him or thwarted his desires or plans, or in other words, to kill on slight provocation under circumstances where he had no right of self-defense," close quote. Now, back to those bumper stickers and signs and backplates and dust covers. Could a jury similarly reasonably interpret a defendant's placement of the symbol of an above-the-law vigilante on his defensive gun in a similar manner as evidence that he had a state of mind inconsistent with lawful self-defense? Could they reasonably interpret "we don't call 911" to mean a defendant would not seek to help with the police under any circumstances involving the use of force, but instead would always take matters into their own hands? Could they interpret No trespassing. We have guns and shovels to mean that not only would the defendant shoot and kill someone for a simple trespass, which is unlawful everywhere in America, but that they then engage in the consciousness of guilt conduct of burying the body, burying the evidence to avoid responsibility and accountability. You bet they could. Bottom line, most of us chuckle at what we recognize as the intended humor when we see such signs at gun shows and elsewhere. But in the real world, the taking of a human life is considered a deadly, serious matter by police, prosecutors, judges, and jurors. And any statements that you've made, either explicitly or implicitly, that suggest you possess a state of mind of taking human life, even under circumstances in which doing so would not be lawful self-defense, is only increasing the prospects that your use of purportedly defensive force will be found to be unjustified, followed by a sentence of decades to the rest of your life in prison. If you enjoy this content, I invite you to join us for the Law of Self-Defense live show every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern. It's totally free to either participate live or to watch the recording after each show. For more information, point your browser to lawofselfdefense.com/show. Remember, you carry a gun so you're hard to kill. Know the law so you're hard to convict. I'm attorney Andrew Branca for lawofselfdefense.com.
A few years ago, a friend of mine started this thing called the United States Concealed Carry Association. It's an education, training, and self-defense insurance company now. It's for responsible gun owners. You can get complete peace of mind when you join USCCA today. If you carry a gun for self-defense, you need this. It's a whole package: education, training, and self-defense insurance. Call my friend. The number is 1-877-488-8353. And if you missed that, go to the link at blackmailthegun.com for USCCA. All right, that's it for this week. I want to thank you for joining me. Remember that what you are is God's gift to you, and what you become is your gift to God. Just in case nobody has told you this today, I love you, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Until we see each other again. Shalom, baby.
Until next time, friends.
To keep in touch with Kenn and his cause, head over to blackmanwithagun.com.
Blanchard.media